Hey there, I'm Sock. I'm a queer artist from Indianapolis. I knit, I crochet, I tattoo, I'm learning ceramics. I kind of do everything. I've got that ADHD gene. If you hear children screaming in the background, I live by a school and it's spring. And that's the sound of spring for me, because who needs birds chirping when you have like 20 to 30 children screaming? Not me. I wanted to show you guys this project that I'm working on. Earlier this week, like 5 days ago, I was like snooping on Facebook Marketplace and I found this lot of hand spun yarn. And I'm trying not to buy more yarn, but hand spun is just so gorgeous and it was a really good price. Hand spun can be really expensive. So I snatched it up along with some other wool yarn because I've mostly got acrylic. Long story short, I'm making a handspun project. So this is what I'm working on. As you can tell, I'm very obsessed with the stripes. Knitting stripes has been like my big thing lately, but this is gonna be a bag. It's gonna be like a cross the body bag, you know. This is the scrunchy bag pattern by Loopy Studios. This is the knit version. There's a crochet version as well, along with a felted version. I was really torn on whether I wanted to do the felted version or not, but the felted version like has like a different shape to it. And so I'm thinking, so I ended up going with this one. Oh, there's my cat. I have you propped up on the window because that's the best lighting, and I don't know how to film in this room. So she's just gonna be there. This is Linguini. We call her Wiener. She's a star. Yeah, so I went with the non-felted version, and I'm almost to the point of doing the decreases. I've got like, I think I have 4 more rows on the body before we start decreasing, and we'll get to like the other side of the strap. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's gonna be super cute. It's like, I don't know, a lot more neutrals. I'm just working with like the colors that I got out of the bundle of handspun, along with my first handspun skein, which is like this like tealy green. Um, I'll show you the actual skein. Okay, my cat is sitting up on the windowsill, so if you see some like him swishing his tail, that's what it is. Exactly. Case in point. Here is my handspun yarn. You can see there's like a teal color and then like this green color. I got both of these like rovings from Walnut Farms Designs. So here's like, this is a lighter teal than the one that I have in that skein. And then I have this one. It's merino wool, Shetland wool, and sari silk. Also by Walnut Farms Designs. This one and the darker teal that I used in here both came in the like starter spinning set with my drop spindle. And I feel like it's a really good set. This is my cat that loves shrimp. Anyway, got this with the starter kit, and I would really recommend it. I feel like it comes with like a good value of like the wool, the comb top. It was pretty easy to start learning, and it comes with a spindle, so you don't have to like figure out exactly what spindle you want to get. I didn't really have any issues making my first skein. It's very uneven, but kind of gorgeous in that way. I don't know. I really like the handmade and consistent feel of handspun yarns. So I've been really enjoying it. And then yeah, this is like 4 ounces, and I feel like it was like $15 or something, which I feel like is one of the better prices that I've seen as far as like comb top. I need it roving. I don't know. I need to figure out the terminology. Let me let my cat out real quick. I have 3 cats. There's another one sleeping right there. He's big. He's 21 pounds. He's a big guy. He's sitting on some canvases that I have like painted an undercoat color and like sketched out what I'm gonna draw on them, and then I just haven't finished them. They've been sitting there for months. But you know, on topic for this video, because I wanted to talk about some of my whips. Just so that y'all get the vibe of like what I create, what I need to finish creating, because it's bad. I have so many in progress projects. Today I will not be finishing any of them. I just want to like show you my vibe as an artist, as far as like fiber art, sewing, mostly those two go. I'll show you some glimpses into the ceramics that I've started creating, but I'm very early on in my ceramics journey. So I guess to start, I already showed you this bag. So we'll get up close. Again, this like little teal stuff is the stuff that I spun myself. Bag. stripes bag. Yeah, I've I filmed like the intro part and then I ran out of storage. So I had to fix that on my phone. And then I filmed like 20 minutes of a video. And then I had to find more storage to like airdrop it over my computer. I deleted the whole video. That's okay. I feel like that's the rite of passage. Anyway, next knitting whip, is this cardigan. It's in this really lovely, like rainbowy variegated yarn. It's just acrylic. I got this yarn off of Facebook Marketplace. Again, just like I got all of that hand spun. It's not the nicest feeling material, but I'm hoping that it'll soften up a little bit when I wash it and block it. Um, but yeah, I just really love the colors so much. And I don't mind using acrylic. This sweater that I made is acrylic as well. I like the idea of using more natural fibers, but they're also expensive. So my recommendation is if you can get yarn in general, secondhand, do that. It's better for the environment. So many people have giant stashes that they're not going to use, or like from estate sales, there's so many sources secondhand to get things. Also, if you have like a creative reuse store near you, we just had one open up in like the Indianapolis area where I live, and I still need to go. I really struggle to leave the house, but I need to go because they have so many useful things. And I be doing so many crafts. Oh, the cat's scratching at the door again. One moment, relentless. It's a different cat. I have 3 cats. I think I already said that, but it's telling. And a dog, a very anxious black lab. So if you hear him panting in the background, sorry about it. But those are my main 2 knitting whips. I need to make a Sophie hood for my coworker who helped me raise a bunch of money for my top surgery recovery. It's totally not going to be done in like the seasonally appropriate time, but that's okay because she'll be able to wear it for the rest of her life and all those winters, and hopefully she'll like it. So I should be working on that, but instead I've cast on 2 new projects, the bag and the cardigan. So anxious. Don't remember off the top of my head which cardigan pattern it is, but I will like here. I think it's gonna be really cute. It's a similar shape to this one. This is the Loopy Studios striped cardigan pattern. It's a raglan. This is the first raglan cardigan that I ever did. This one is also a raglan. It's got a lot more like rapid increases in like the front part, and then there's also like short row shaping, which I'm excited about. And then it also has like, I'm doing the I-cord option on the button band. I don't know, you make the button band and then it sounds like you're gonna go back in afterwards and add the buttonholes. So that's horrifying. We'll see how that goes. But this one's gonna have like a lot higher of like a ribbed neckline, and same with a lot of ribbing on the bottom. And then on the cuffs as well. And I think it's gonna be a lot better fitted because the Loopy Studios cardigan, you kind of just like, it's like she gives you the like vague instructions on like how to do it, and then you just apply it and hope you come out with a cardigan that fits. Like I had a lot of trouble knowing what size to make because I hadn't seen a lot of like plus size people who had made this cardigan. So like I didn't know whether to do a size 2 or 3, because there's also the fluctuation of like tension and then what needle size you're choosing, so it like, I don't know. It was a little confusing to me just as like a beginning knitter who like is still understanding like how raglan works and basic construction. But I did it. I got like down to here initially and like had to restart, which sucked. But we have a sweater now and I'm so happy with it. Don't mind him. Don't mind him in the background. He's okay. He's just reactive. I promise he's fine. But it's okay. I want to show you the first knit sweater that I made. I think I started this in like the end of November. It's rainbow. It wasn't gonna be rainbow, and then it just whispered in my little ear and said, "I want to be rainbow." It's very comfy, cozy. It's very thick. It again is all acrylic. It's just like a lot of like scrap yarns that I had. My friend gave me like 2 big vacuum seal bags of like yarn that her grandpa got at like an auction. So I used like a bunch of that. I like mixed in a bunch of like different fluffy fibers like in the orange, and I think it's really hard to tell on video, but there's a lot of texture going on here. You can see at the back bottom that I initially was not going to make it rainbow. I initially was just going to do like greens, and then I added in some reds because I thought it'd be fun, and then it turned into a rainbow. So that's where we went. This one was done in panels, and because of that, you've got a little bit of bubbling around the sleeve, like the beginning of the sleeve, like in the garment, like where it attaches. Some of that relaxed a little bit during the blocking process, but not as much as I would have liked. But it's still completely wearable. I think that's just the nature of a sweater like this that doesn't have much shaping to it. Um, yeah, I finished this. I think I did the sleeves right after my top surgery, like a couple days, because I'm crazy and can't sit still. And so I finished this the day before Christmas, and then wore this to my partner's family's Christmas, which was really nice. Like I said, it's very thick. It's more of like a jacket type vibe, you know, like in my knitting, I'm learning the difference between like a cardigan and a jacket. And I used to strictly think like a jacket was only like the outerwear, like it had to be like split down the side and like a winter coat. But I get it now. I understand. It's about warmth, I think. If I'm wrong, then tell me, and that's okay. There's things moving outside. I have my windows open because it's a beautiful day. And is that the best idea for someone with ADHD filming a video? No, no, it's not. Right, now onto some of my crochet stuff. I've been crocheting for about 10 years. I started when I was a teenager, and I like went hardcore into like making amigurumi. I thought that was going to be my business, my life, and then I burnt myself out. So I guess first I technically have a finished project. I need to sew in some ends. I made this not this past Christmas, but the year before, while I was in Texas visiting family. And I think it's honestly pretty cute. I haven't worn it once, which makes me sad. It's this big old like t-shirt. It's really long. I recently went back and split the sides open so that it lays a little bit nicer because it reaches like down to mid thigh on me. So it's pretty long. But it's just like a giant granny square that I then added sleeves onto, and then like a little bit of a neck hole. And it's a little bit different on the other side. It's same colors, but like this one's more purple, this one's more blue. The only thing is it's very like fuzzy. It's giving Grinch, like if you shaved the Grinch and turned him into yarn. This is kind of what this is like. And it's just that whole centerpiece is that fuzzy green. And so it creates like a really confusing question of like, when do I wear this? I struggle with that a lot with like crochet in general. Not just this garment specifically, but crochet confuses me because she's thick, but she's got holes. And so like winter, no, I'm gonna be freezing my booty off. Spring, summer, it's gonna be hot. So like, I don't know. I don't get it. I know there's people out there that love wearing crochet. I'm not one of them. Yeah, I started knitting in November, so it's been like 4 months. And now that I know how to knit, I'm not going back as far as garments go. There are people that make beautiful crochet garments, but I don't want to crochet with such a small stitch or hook. It's not me. Small needles, knitting, still, uh, what's the word? Still nervous, but we'll do it. I don't know. It just feels better. I'm kind of obsessed with knitting. I'm curious to see if it's just because it's a hyperfixation at this point, or if it's going to be like a long term, like maybe knitting is just more my thing than crochet ever was. But I don't know. I've got some more crochet whips. So this is supposed to be the start of a back panel for this other granny square sweater thing that I started making. I do some crazy color combos. This is crazy, but I love it. Like, I think these colors are really fun. This was originally going to be a sweater, like a really baggy sweater. So the theory was to have two of these, add some sleeves, sew it up, be done, you know? Um, and I think it'd be cute. Again, I don't think I would wear it. So I'm torn between like finishing it and maybe selling it or maybe gifting it to someone else. My friend who like goes to festivals and stuff and would wear something like this crochets already. She makes amazing, beautiful garments. So like I feel like there would be no point in like giving her something like this. I don't know. It's also like again, the colors horrendous. I love them. They're my taste, but they are arguably hideous. So I don't know if she would actually like it. I don't know. I also have like some random granny squares. I got really into making granny squares with like different textured stuff. Sorry, the sun is like making it look weird, but I've got like some crazy sparkly plastic stuff that's really gross and disgusting, but sucks to crochet with, but looks kind of fun and cool. So I've got a few of these like hung up all around my house. On the window that like you're sitting under, I've got like a bunch more granny squares that I think I was gonna make curtains, and like they're kind of giving curtain, but they're not actually doing the curtain job. I don't know. Speaking of a whip that I almost forgot, I started making Roman blinds for my bedroom, like sewing them. So basically, you know how normal blinds like have the string and you like they do that, but they're fabric. And so you add like a wood rod and a wood rod and then hooks, and then it works in the same mechanism, but they're fabric. So I started a patchwork sewn project of that, and then my sewing machine broke, and then I fixed it, and then I just haven't gone back to working on it because I'm so bad with work in progresses. Yeah, my last crochet one that I want to show you is this flail slash morning star. I think it needs another point. I don't know why I didn't give it another point, but all I have to do if I don't add another point is the chains that like go with this. I have one of them. I think it's in my whip box. I'm trying to keep my stuff organized. As you can see behind me, it's a mess. Don't look at her. That's my mac and cheese bowl. Don't look at her. But I'm trying to, I don't know. I need to finish this because it's cute. I love these colors. Again, I choose really ugly colors, but I kind of vibe with them. I don't know. I like them. But I need to finish this guy, and then we get into sewing. So for sewing, I've made like some pants. I'm not amazing. But I like to sew sometimes. It's hard because now that I'm into knitting, that's like all I want to do. And ceramics now. I keep talking about this, but I'll get back to ceramics in a second. But sewing, I was really big into for a little bit, and I really like making bags. Where is my bag? I have a finished one. This was the first bag that I made. It's this guy. They're big. I don't know. Whatever they identify as, it's big. It's a big bag. I can fit a lot of big things in it. I block printed these patches. Again, the block print wasn't amazing. This one's like a little star. It's star, little vase with skulls, flower. And then I really liked the like mismatching stripe pattern, and then there's like a little flower pocket. I think it's really cute. I messed up cutting this fabric, and so you can see like where they put the branding of the the fabric. I have that in there. So this is mine. This is mine that I made, and I love her. I have sold 2 of these at a market that I made in like other fabrics. Maybe I'll put pictures if I can find them. And then I also made my friend one, which I think I literally have videos of me making, and that was last August. So we'll see. Maybe I'll release that footage at some point. I have so many videos where I've like started to make videos of my creative process that I just haven't like actually edited, put out in the universe, wherever. So there is a high potential that if this video gets out there and you're seeing this, that I then put out some other videos of me doing creative stuff in the past, because there's no reason why I can't release that. You don't have to know. I'll tell you, but just pretend that it's current if that bothers you. Okay? Okay. So, the bags that I have started, they kind of match. So this is my less favorite one of the two. My partner and I went to Wisconsin, and we found this amazing, cute little like craft store. A lot of it, I think it was a creative reuse store, low key, but they had so many of these rubber stamps. It's so hard. The sun is too bright, but I used the rubber stamps and I printed them on fabric, and then I cut them into patches. And then I also have like a bunch of old jewelry because I'm a hoarder. And so like this one has like a little rosary on it and it's all tangled up, but it like drapes and it's cute. I think this one needs something in the middle. I don't know. We will figure it out. But it's dang near done. I've even got like a little buttoned pocket. It's got the lining. The lining has a pocket. It just needs to like, I need to do the top stitching, and then I need to sew all the pieces together. These bags were meant to be done for my market in December, I think. I didn't do that. I got overwhelmed. I was prepping for surgery and I got scared. Okay. Here's the second one. And this bad boy, I think it's so cute. I want to keep it for myself, but I really shouldn't because I'm knitting myself a bag. And I have this other bag that I sewed myself. So like there's really no reason to keep it for myself. But I think the patches are just so cute. It's got all these fishes down, another fish over here, a margarita, a little backpack, and some leaves. And then I have some more bits of this rosary that I used on the other one. And then this is like, I think, little like bracelet things. And then I hand stitch all these patches on because I've like machine sewed on patches before and it just doesn't look the same. I love this like handmade quality. It's just giving the vibes, and like all these pieces, these jewelry pieces are on like super secure. So like might be a nightmare to wash. I'm sure you could like put them in a pillowcase and wash. I don't know. I should think about that and put little care instructions when I sell these. But yeah, I think they're super cute. This is like the only fabric on this that's not secondhand is this gray, and I like bought it in high school. But everything else, including what I printed the patches on, is secondhand from a local thrift store. Um yeah, same with the jewelry. The jewelry, I got like a box on eBay of broken jewelry. I try and use as much secondhand stuff as I can just because why contribute to the mess that is this world, you know? Um, so yes, I think those are my, well, besides my Roman blind, which, let me get out the pieces real quick. I think my phone's gonna die, so I'm not gonna show you the Roman blind pieces, but those are my like main need to finish sewing projects. Yeah, so last but not least of work in progresses, I don't have them here, but it's my ceramic stuff. I just started a 6-week hand building class that I'm taking. I have previously taken a like wheel throwing class and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I took it with my partner, and he did great. He did an amazing job. I have some pieces, but they're not gorgeous, and that's just the reality. Like, if you know, you know. If you haven't taken a pottery class, it's hard. Wheel throwing is hard. So going into this hand building class, I wasn't expecting it to be easy, but low key, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to get like an idea from your head into hand building, at least for me, and I've been really enjoying it. Um, I have like a long list of things that I want to make. I really want to make buttons for my little knits. I want to make some wall hangers. At my tattoo shop, I'm in desperate need of a place to hang up my like bag when I come in, my keys, and my like sweaters. So I'm really wanting to make like hooks to put on the walls. I also really want to make some trinket frames, trinket shelves. I really want to make some of those. And I did start some of these projects. So yesterday we had our second class. So we did, our first class was pinch pots, and then our second class was coil building. I love coil building. Obsessed. I went in before the class and finished up glazing some of the projects that I had started in my wheel throwing class because I'd like never gone in and finished them. So finally those are like getting glazed and like I don't have to worry about them anymore. They'll be done. Who knows if they'll look good. I, instead of using underglazes, I used primarily just like normal glazes, the glass ones that melt, you know. So, and I did put some like bug designs. I'll like put it here if I can. I'm gonna have to figure out how to edit, but here you go, little buggies. And we'll see how those turn out in like the glaze fire. The bugs are mainly painted with like a reddy brown and a yellow on top of like a chrome green. I don't know. I was doing things. And we'll see if it turns out good. But so those might drip down and like warp. I don't really know what to expect with those. If I had done them in like underglaze, they would have like stayed like the illustrative style, but like I didn't want to, so I didn't. So yeah, I glazed all those, and then I started a little wall hook that has like some bug designs like engraved into it. That I still need to attach the hooks to, and then for like during the class we started coil building, and we were supposed to be doing juicers, which is awesome, but I like didn't want to take up the space in my kitchen, and I just like I was so excited about the creativity that I was like, I'm just going to do my own thing, and hopefully that's okay. And she said it was fine, so I wasn't like being disrespectful. Um, but I made like a little square trinket shelf, squared-ish, and then I like added 2 hooks to the bottom, and then it looked like a snail. It looked like a snail, so I added some more texture. I added a little spiral in like the wall of the like trinket shelf part, and then the pictures don't show, but I like cut out 2 little holes with a little like cookie cutter thing, to be able to mount it on the wall. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited to um glaze that and have it be done. I think it's gonna be so cute, and oh my gosh, my mind is just like racing with ideas of things that I want to do with ceramics. I'm just so excited. So hopefully, I don't don't know. Hopefully, I get some time and I get to keep going to this class a little early and like working on a lot of projects. I'm very excited. I don't have my next market lined up, but like I'm kind of in the mood to like make a lot of stuff for markets if that's the vibe. I'm trying to balance between like not burning myself out of the things that I really love and also like taking advantage of like being in the headspace. I've been burnt out so bad. This winter is getting to me. I'm so ready for spring. I love winter usually, but the like seasonal affective disorder is really getting me. It's bad. And so I'm excited to just like be able to create, and I don't know. I'm vibing with it. And that's all I have to talk about for today. Expect to maybe see some of those like different projects in progress. I want to start filming a little bit more of my ceramics process if I'm alone in the studio. Um, I have a really old interview I did with my friend who's an amazing photographer and does some really cool stuff that we filmed like at least a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, hopefully not 2 years, but I might put that together and edit it if I'm vibing with this video thing. If you're seeing this, maybe it'll come out, I don't know. But yeah, hope you're having a good day. Hope you stay warm and cool. Hope you get a good temperature balance. I'm excited for spring. I hope you are too. And we'll see if I keep posting. Bye.